We're going to be taking Route 66 west from Oklahoma City to Flagstaff, Arizona. I have been wanting to drive Route 66 for a very long time now, so I'm really excited for this part of our trip. For this video, we will be driving the Oklahoma and Texas portions of Route 66. Our first stop is the Route 66 Museum in Clinton, Oklahoma. This was the perfect first stop for us because it's a very informative walk through the history of Route 66.
Come on over, baby, after the hop. We can do the chicken and the kangaroo. Don't you know that we can do the ranch too? We can go to my house, baby, and have a ball. Come on over, everybody, one and all. Jim Daniel will be there with Peggy Sue. Beverly, they will be there too. Yes, we will be jumping and doing the bop. Come on over, baby, after the hop.
It begins with construction of Route 66, which started in 1925 and 1926.
If you wanna rock and roll around the clock, come on down to my house after the hop.
Then it moves to the Dust Bowl and how the road became a path of new opportunity in the 1930s. Then there's the iconic diners and cafes of the 1950s.
Detroit, West. This proves to be the grandest era for Route 66. Those years
The museum ends with the actual end of the road, which began in the 1970s. One of the fun things we discovered is that Route 66 has a passport, and inside there are highlights of the different states, and you can get it stamped at the museums and gift shops along the way. Now we are back on the road until our next roadside attraction, which is in Shamrock, Texas. Shamrock has quite a few Route 66 relics, and we parked in a parking lot and walked along the main road to get a closer look at some of them.
Here's an invitation, let's take a step. It might be improv, but it's excellent. Take a breath and you'll see there's no better place to be. Out on a limb and taking the stage. Here's one for the masses, they'll be laughing for days. Have you ever heard something so wonderful?
But the main draw to Shamrock is this service station and cafe, the U Drop-In. And if it looks familiar, it might be because it was in Pixar's Cars movie as the inspiration for Ramon's shop. It is such a beautifully restored building. I really wish more places along Route 66 could get this much love.
Don't want you lagging in your love. You know, always have to show. Oh, 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 baby, keep me right. Well, my baby, I'm almost crazy. I can't resist your love and kiss, so treat me right. You always treat me bad. There is no need to make me sad.
That corner booth is said to be where Elvis sat at some point in the 1960s. When driving Route 66, you're mostly on Interstate 40, and it's the exits and side streets that have all the fun history. Like this old tiny gas station. Our next stop is in Conway, Texas. It's just sitting, or I guess standing, between two abandoned buildings. Slug Ranch is a play on the famous Cadillac Ranch, and it was only built back in 2002 with pristine Volkswagen Bugs to save the Longhorn Trading Post, and it didn't work. The trading post ended up closing a year later, but my question is, how did they become so beat up in that short amount of time? Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo, Texas is home of the famous Route 66, the Big Texan Steak Ranch.
Better get your knees on dusty ground and your soul for heaven bound. Then the glory light will shine around your abode.
Yep, this is the place where if you eat your 72-ounce steak in an hour, you get your meal for free, your name on the wall, and a commemorative plate.
Here we go.
But here's the fine print. It's not just the steak you have to eat in an hour, it's also the shrimp cocktail, the baked potato, a salad, and a roll. We didn't attempt the challenge, but Matt did clean his plate. And of course, we had room for dessert. And here is the list of the most recent winners. Another famous Amarillo Route 66 attraction is Cadillac Ranch. This is one of the things that I've been wanting to see, and it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. We came prepared, bringing our cans of spray paint, but graffitiing isn't as easy as it looks. The mud and wind definitely didn't help our artistic ability. Since you can't really see what you're spray painting, Matt came up with a design where if you spray black canvas, your writing shows up a little bit better. So with some teamwork, I was able to spray paint my name, and you can kind of read it. I mean, it's still messy, but in a few minutes, someone's gonna spray paint over it anyways. We also wanted to check out WhatABurger. It's a popular Texas burger chain, but I am so sorry to say that it doesn't even come close to In-N-Out or Shake Shack. Our next stop on Route 66 is in Adrian, Texas. I love the uniqueness of this bent door gas station. This would be great to see restored and reopened one day. Unlike the gas station, this cafe is open. Well, it wasn't when we were there, unfortunately, but it is also featured in the Cars movie. The characters Flo, Mia, and Tia are based on the owners and servers of this cafe. This location is also the midway point of Route 66. We have one more roadside stop left in Texas. Nothing restored or unusual really, but it was once known as the last stop in Texas or the first stop in Texas, depending on which direction you were going. Now it's a fun in a creepy way motel on the border of Texas and New Mexico in the town of Glenrio. I had the feeling we weren't the only ones there, so I decided not to venture back in the motel area. This was our last stop on this leg of Route 66. Next, we will be driving Route 66 through New Mexico, so stay tuned for that interesting area.